Hello students, as in this lecture we're gonna start with a very easy, interesting and a beautiful chapter from Max 1, that is chapter number 1, angle and its measurement. So before dealing with the main concept of this chapter, so let's have a quick revision of a basic thing which was there in your 9th and 10th standard. I hope you all might be knowing about initial and terminal arm, as it was there in your 10th standard in geometry, and about the types of angles also. This basic things actually it was there in 9th and 10th standard. Let's have a quick revision of that. So initial arm and terminal arm is what? As here we have two diagram. In the first one, can I say that this first the ray OA, this first ray OA is called the initial arm, and the second ray is called the terminal arm of the directed angle of AOP. So this is initial and this is what? Terminal. In the second diagram, again same. AO is what? A initial arm, and the second ray is what? A terminal arm of the directed angle of AOP. So it forms an angle AOB, and here also it forms an angle AOB. This angle forms in upward direction and this angle forms in the downward direction. Now suppose, as we know that when angle or a ray, suppose it rotates, suppose this is O and this is A, it rotates in anti-clockwise direction. So this is what? Anti-clockwise direction, and downward it is what? A clockwise direction. And we know that when a ray rotates in the anti-clockwise direction, then the angle so formed is taken as positive angle. I hope you all might be knowing about this, as it was there in geometry, trigonometry, yes or no? So whenever a ray rotates in anti-clockwise direction, so this is the anti-clockwise direction and this is what? Clockwise direction from downward. Okay, so we know that when a ray rotates in anti-clockwise direction, the angle formed is taken as positive. When a ray rotates in clockwise direction, then the angle so formed is a taken as negative angle. I hope you all might be knowing this basic things, yes or no? Initial arm and the terminal arm. And we know that when a ray rotates in anti-clockwise direction, the angles form is taken as positive. When it rotates in clockwise direction, then the angles formed is taken as negative. And I hope you all might be knowing the basic knowledge about the types of angle: zero angle, straight angle, right angle, quadrantal angle. This all four types of angle it was there in your lower standard 9th and 10th. There was one more angle which was known as coterminal angle. I hope you all might be knowing the definition of this. I guess it was there in 10th standard. If you don't know about this, you must know, because this coterminal angle will play an important role in this chapter. Rest, zero, straight angle, right angle, quadrantal, it is a basic thing as it was there in the 10th standard. But this you must know about this coterminal angle. Okay, because your first exercise question number 1, it is based on that coterminal. So without knowing the concept of coterminal, you cannot able to solve your sums of your exercise. So let's see. I hope you all might be knowing what is 0 degree, 0 angle, straight angle, right angle. But I guess some of them, they don't know about the coterminal angles. They might heard the name but don't know the definition of coterminal. So let's see the definition, and then we'll see some example based on that. So now here, can you see, as here we have two diagram, one making an angle 40 degree and one making an angle of 400 degree, yes or no? one it is making an angle of 40 degree and second one it is making an angle of 400 degree. Now we'll see the mathematical definition of coterminal angle. What is the exact definition of coterminal? As here suppose we have two different angle, one is 40 and one is 400. Suppose if we can place one angle on another, as you can see in this diagram, if I place one angle, suppose these are the two angle, if we place on the another one angle on the another in a such a way that their initial arm, can I say that this is the initial arm and this is the terminal arm. If you can place one angle on another, if suppose I place this angle on this in a such a way that their initial arm, can you see this initial arm of both and the terminal of both here in this diagram are coincide with each other. Coincide means the angles it occurs one above the another at the same time. So as clearly we can see that if we put this angle on this, its initial arm and terminal arm actually coincide. So whenever two directed angles are called as coterminal, when we can place one angle on another in a such a way that its initial arm and terminal arm it should coincide. Okay, this is the perfect definition in simple language. Now we'll see, this was the definition in simple language. We'll see, if suppose we place this two angle one above the another and its initial and the terminal arm coincide, then we can say it is a coterminal angle. In simple language it means if the if the difference between if the difference between the two angle, it should be what, integral multiple of 360. As here we have two angle, if we place one angle on the another in a such a way that its initial arm and the terminal arm coincide, and see to that the difference between these two angle it should be integral multiple of 360. So what do you mean by integral multiple? Integral multiple means what? 360 ones are 360, 360 twos are, yes or no, 360 threes are 360 fours are, like in simple language it should be a multiple of 360, multiplication of 360. Okay, so now we'll see some example. If the difference between it comes to the integral multiple, that means a multiplication of 360, then only we can say that the given two angles forms a coterminal angle. The given two pairs of the angles form a coterminal angle. If the difference between the two angle it is not a integral multiple, in simple language if it is not a multiple of 360, so then we can say the two given pairs of angle it does not forms a coterminal angle. Okay, so let's have some few example. As clearly we can see that here the first one is what, 440. So first we'll see the difference between this two angle. Okay, so suppose if you find the difference between this two angle, 400 minus 40. So here 400 minus 40 is what, 360, yes or no? So can I write this 360 as 1 into 360? Yes. So here clearly we can see that the difference between these two angle it forms a integral multiple, that means multiplication of 360, like 1 into 360, 2 into 360. As clearly we can see that 360 we can write as 1 into 360. 1 into 360 means what, it rotates the rotation will be what? One time. 2 into 360 means what? The rotation will be what? Two times. As 360 one side is 360, 360 two side will be what? 720. So this 1 2 3 actually it is what actually? This 1 2 3 will be what? The rotation of the terminal arm, or else we can say the ray. As it complete a one rotation, so it is 1 into 360. And it completes two rotation, that means it is 2 into 360. If it complete three rotation, that means it is 3 into 360. That means, can I say this rotation forms a what? A multiplication of 360. One rotation, that is 1 into 360 is, two rotation means 2 into 360, three rotation means 3 into 360. So that means it is an integral multiple of 360. So as clearly we can see that the difference between it forms so integral multiple of 360. So therefore we can say that the pairs of angle, okay, so here we can write what? The difference between the two angle which which is an integral. I hope you all understood the meaning of integral multiple of 360. So therefore we can say that this pairs of angle is coterminal. Got the point? Now we'll see about the second one. So let's see the difference between these two angles. Difference between, so 690 minus, already the second angle it is in minus, so we'll write inside the bracket. So 690 minus minus will be what? Plus 30. 690 plus 30, it is what? 720. So can I write this 720 as 2 into 360? As clearly we can see that for the second example also, the difference between the two angle actually it is a integral multiple of 360. So which is an integral multiple of 360. So therefore we can say that this pairs of angle is coterminal. So got the point? Understood the definition? What do you mean by the coterminal? In simple language, the difference between the two angle, it should be multiple of 360. If it is not a multiple of 360, straight away you will write the pair of angle is not coterminal. Let's move on to the third example. Let's see the difference between these two angle. So 420 minus 90 is what? 330. Okay, so here is 330, it is a multiple of 360? No, because we know that 1 into 360 will be what? 360. 2 into 360 will be what? 720. Like that goes on. As 330 it is less than 360, so we can clearly we can say that it is not the integral multiple of 360. If it is not an integral, which is not an integral multiple of 360, if it is not an integral multiple of 360, so therefore the given two pairs of the angle it is not coterminal. So here you will write this pairs of angles is not coterminal. I hope you all understood the basic thing, the basic knowledge about the initial arm terminal, as it was a basic revision of your 10th standard. And in the types of angle, you all might be knowing there are zero, straight angle, right angle, quadrantal angle, and in which there was one more important angle that is known as coterminal. As coterminal in this chapter will play an important role, as your first question of your first exercise, it is based on the coterminal. And as I had explained what do you mean by coterminal in simple language, the difference between the two angle, it should be integral multiple of 360. If the difference between the two angle, if it is not a integral multiple of 360, so therefore we can say that the given two pairs of angle does not form a coterminal angle. Okay. Okay, and the mathematical definition is what? If suppose we have two angle, if we place one angle on the another in a such a way that its initial arm and the terminal arm it should coincide in a such a way that its difference between the two angle it should be multiple of 360. You will use the word integral multiple, don't say multiple of 360, integral multiple of 360. So what about this 1 2 3? That is a rotation. One rotation, two rotation, that means 720. Three rotation, like that. This 360 into 1, 360 into 2, this 1 2 3 is what? Integral multiple. Got the point here? I took some example. As in the first and the second example, we saw that the difference it was integral multiple of 360. So therefore the pairs of angle is a coterminal. And in the third example, as clearly we can see that the difference it was not the integral multiple. So here I wrote the pairs of angle, it is not coterminal. I hope you all understood the basic thing. So now let's begin with the main concept of this chapter. As the name of the chapter says that angle and its measurement. Now say one thing, till 9th and 10th standard, till 10th standard, we used to measure the angle, or we used to say the angle in terms of what? In terms of what? We used to measure the angle, or we used to say the angle in terms of what? Basically we use the word degree, yes or no? We used to measure the angle in terms of degree, and we know that we used to measure the angle in terms of degree, or we used to say the word degree, yes or no? Like 60 degree, 180 degree, 360 degree, yes or no? Degree. We know that we used to measure the angle in terms of degree. Now in 11th and 12th standard, you have to stop saying the angle in terms of degree. Now you have to start saying the angle in terms of radian. So this is the important concept which we'll gonna see. Okay, as we know that till 10th standard we used to measure the angle, or we used to read the angle in terms of degree as 60 degree, 180 degree, 360 degree. But in 11th and 12th standard you have to stop saying the angles in terms of degree, and you have to start saying the angle in terms of radian. So now we'll see what is radian and what is degree, and how to convert the degree into radian and radian into degree. Yes or no? So remember this, from now you have to stop saying the angles in terms of degree, and you have to start saying the angles in terms of radian. Yes or no? Radian, radian. So let's see the concept based on degree and radian. Okay, so now we'll see how to convert degree into radian and radian into degree, and why we have to convert degree into radian. As I told that we have to stop saying the angles in terms of degree, and now we have to start saying the angle in terms of radian. So that's why we should know how to convert degree into radian. Okay, as this part will play an important role in max 1, not in this chapter only, in max 1. Okay, you must know how to convert degree into radian. Okay, so now as we know that the symbol which we use for degree is what? Raised to 0. And for radian the symbol which we use, it is raised to c. As here clearly you can see that raised to 0, raised to 0, it is symbol for degree, and raised to c, this c indicate what? It is in radian. So these are the symbol which we use for degree and radian. Now we'll see how to convert degree into radian. Now simply what you have to do to convert degree into radian, simply what you will do, if you want to convert anything, any degree into radian, simply you will multiply that number, that term by pi by 180. As you will multiply that term by pi by 180, it will get converted into a radian. Simply what you have to do, you have to multiply that term, that degree. Suppose here we have 30 degree, simply you will multiply this 30 degree by pi by 180. As you will multiply by pi by 180, that degree will get converted into a radian. Understood? Now suppose if you want to convert radian into degree, so what you will do, simply you will multiply that term or a number by 180 by pi. Reciprocal this. When it when we convert into degree into radian, pi by 180, when it come back, so you have to do the reciprocal, 180 upon pi. So whenever you multiply any number by 180 upon pi, so it will get convert into what? Degree. Got the point? So this is the concept. It is very simple. When you have to convert degree into radian, simply multiply by 180, so it will get converted into radian. And if you want to convert radian into degree, so simply you will multiply that term by 180 upon pi, so that when you multiply that term by 180 upon pi, it will get converted into degree. So here we have the formula. 1 degree, it is what? Pi by 180 radian. That means, in simple language, as you want to convert degree into radian, you will multiply the number, that term, by pi by 180. Suppose if I say, if you want to find the answer of x degree, so what you will do, you will multiply, simply you will multiply that term by pi by 180. As you will multiply by pi by 180, that degree will get converted into what? Radian. Understood? And 1 radian is what? Is equals to 180 upon pi. Simply reciprocal this. For example, if I say, if you want to convert radian into degree, so simply what you will do, you will multiply that term or a number by 180 upon pi, so it will get converted into what? Degree. So this is the process in which we have to convert degree into radian and radian into degree. So remember this point, 1 degree is equals to what? Pi by 180, and 1 radian is equals to what? 180 upon pi. Okay, now remember, there is huge difference between pi radian and pi. This pi is what? The value, the constant, 3.14, yeah, 22 upon 7. This pi radian is different, so there is huge difference between pi and pi c. Okay, this is what? Pi c, that is the radian, it is in radian, and this pi is the constant. Yes or no? We know the value of pi, that is 3.14. And this will see what is pi c here. Okay, pi raised to c is okay. Just remember how to convert degree into radian and radian into degree. Very simple process. To convert degree into radian, simply multiply by pi by 180, and to convert radian into degree, simply multiply by 180 upon pi. So let's take some few example. As here we have 30 degree. So 30 degree, if you want to convert that 30 degree in radian, simply what you will do, you will multiply that number by pi by 180, so it will get converted into radian. Yes or no? Understood? So therefore you will cancel the 0 0, 3 ones are 3, 6 are, so you will left with what? Pi by 6 radian. So here, can I say 30 degree? We can read 30 degree as pi by 6 what? Pi by 6 radian. Got the point? Understood? I hope you all understood the first example. Simply what you have to do, you have to multiply that term by pi by 180. As you multiply that term or number by pi by 180, it will get converted into radian, and you have to write this c. Okay, so it indicate what? It is in radian, and this indicate what? It is in degree. So 30 degree we can read as pi by 6. So let's move on to the second one. 60 degree we can write as what? 60 into pi by 180. Yes or no? So 60 into pi by 180, so this will get cancelled. 6 ones are 6 threes are. So 60 degree we can read as what? Pi by 3. So 60 degree we can read as pi by 3 radian. So let's see for 90 degree. So simply you will multiply 90 by pi by 180. So it will get converted into radian. So 0 will get cancelled. 9 ones are 9 twos are. So it is pi by 2. Yes or no? So pi by 2. So 90 degree we can read as what? Pi by 2. So 90 degree we can read as what? Pi by 2 radian. I hope you all understood how to convert degree into radian. So let's take one more example. As 180 we can write as what 180, as if you want to convert a degree into radian, so simply multiply the number by pi by 180. So this 180 will get cancelled, so you will be left with what, pi c, yes or no? So here we can read this 180 as what, pi c. So here can I say this pi c, actually it is what, 180 degree, 180 degree, yes or no? Got the point? So your pi is different and your pi c is different. This pi c is what actually degree, 180 degree, and this pi is what, it is a constant. Suppose if you multiply this pi and this 180 by 2. Suppose if I multiply both the side by 2, both the side by 2. So if you multiply both the side by 2, this will be 2 pi. If you multiply this 180 by 2, so 2 into 180 what, 360. So here can I say double of this is what, 360 degree. So 360 degree we can read as what, 2 pi radian, yes or no? 2 pi radian. Got the point? Understood? So you must know the basic thing, like what we say for 0 degree in radian, what we say 90 degree in radian, what we say 180 degree in radian, what we say 270 degree in radian, what we say 316 degree radian, degree in radian, and whatever 30, 60 and 90. So these are the main known angles you must know to say the degree in terms of radian. So as I told, in 11th and 12th standard, you have to stop saying the angles in terms of degree and you have to start saying the angles in terms of radian. As here 30 degree we read as what, pi by 6. 60 degree we read as what, pi by 3. 90 degree we read as what, pi by 2. And 180 we read as what, pi c. And 360 we read as what, 2 pi, yes or no? 2 pi. And what about 270? 270. So can I say 270, 270 into pi by 180? We'll see how to read 270 in radian. 0 will get cancelled, yes or no? So your 9 threes are 9 twos are, so you're left with 3 pi by 2 radian, yes or no? So your 270 degree we can read as what, 3 pi by 2, yes or no? Okay, and remember this two important thing, pi c actually it is what, 180 degree, and 2 pi c it is known as what, 360 degree. So here 0 degree we can read as what, 0 radian. 90, just now only we saw 90, we can read as what, pi by 2 radian. 180 we can read as what, pi radian. 270, just now only we saw 270, we can read as what, 3 pi by 2 radian. And 360 we can read as what, 2 pi radian. So here you must know to read the degree in terms of radian, as in 11th and 12th standard you have to stop seeing the angles in terms of degree and you have to start seeing the angles in terms of radian. So this is a process in which you have to convert the degree into radian. I hope you all understood how to convert degree into radian. So let's see the main angles, which are the known angles. You must know about this, okay? The known angles and its answer in radian. So 30 degree, 45, 60, 90, 180, 270 and 360. At least you must know the answer of this degree in terms of radian. As 30 degree is what, 30 degree we can read as what, pi by 6, and we know that how to convert the radian degree into a radian. Okay, 45 degree we can read as what, pi by 4. 60 degree we can read as what, pi by 3. 90 degree we can read as what, pi by 2. 180 we can read as what, pi. 270, just now only we saw, that is 3 pi by 2, and 360 we can write as what? 2 pi. It is very simple. See here, what is pi c? That is 180 degree, yes or no? If you replace this pi c everywhere by 180, you will get the answer. See here, pi c is what? 180. So 180 upon 6 is what? 180 divided by 6, you will get 30. 180 divided by 4, you will get 45. 180 divided by 3, you will get 60. 180 divided by 2, you will get 90. 180 is what? 180. But again, yes or no? I hope you all understood this. Okay, so here pi c actually it is what? 180. Simply if you replace this pi c by 180, you will get the degree, answer in degree. Got the point? Yes or no? So there is huge difference between this pi c and this pi. So at least you must know the answer of radian for this particular degree. As 30 degree we read as pi by 6, 45 we read as pi by 4, 60 we read as pi by 3, 90 we read as pi by 2, 180 we read as pi, 270 by is what? 3 pi by 2, and 360 as 2 pi. So at least this much you must know to read the degree in terms of radian. I hope you all understood till here how to convert degree into radian. Now we'll see the process, a reverse process, how to convert radian into degree. To convert radian into degree, it is simple. What exactly we have to do? Simply multiply that term by 180 upon pi. Just simply reciprocal this value, pi by 180. To convert radian into degree, you will multiply by 180 upon pi. Reciprocal this, okay? So we'll see here. As here we have pi by 6. Pi by 6, yes or no? Pi by 6. So if you want to convert this radian into degrees, so simply what you have to do, multiply that term by 180 upon pi. As you multiply that term by 180 upon pi, straight away it will get converted into what? Degree. So your pi will get cancelled. 6 ones are 6, 30s are. So here we got the answer, that is 30 degree. So your 30 degree we can read as pi 6, or pi by 6 radian we can read as 30 degree. I hope you all understood the method how to convert degree into radian and radian into degree. Yes or no? So we'll move on to the second example. As simply we have to multiply this by 180 upon pi. Yes or no? So it will get converted into degree. Pi will get cancelled. 3 ones are 3, 60s are. So here pi by 3 radian we can read as what? 60 degree. So let's take one more example. As here we have pi by 2. So pi by 2 into 180 upon pi, as you will multiply the term by 180 upon pi, it will get converted into degree. So pi will get cancelled. 2 ones are 2, 90s are. So here pi by 2 we can say what? 90 degree. Yes or no? Simply you replace this pi by c by 180, you will get this answer. Got the point? Pi c is what? 180. So 180 upon 6 is 30 degree. 180 upon 3 is 60 degree. 180 upon 2 is what? 90 degree. Got the point? Understood? So in this way you will convert the answer of degree into radian and radian into degree. I hope you all understood the method, the concept, how to convert degree into radian and radian into degree. Just remember, 1 degree is equals to what? Pi by 180 radian, and 1 radian is equals to what? 180 upon pi degree. And pi c is what? 180 degree, and double of this 2 pi c will be what? 360 degree. I hope you all understood the concept as we did today. So we saw the basic knowledge of your 10th standard, that is what is initial arm, what is terminal arm. Yes or no? And we saw the types of angle. In that types of angle I told the co-terminal angle will play an important role. We saw the definition of the co-terminal. We took some example as your first question of your exercise. It is based on the co-terminal angle only. And then after that we saw how to convert degree into radian and radian into degree, because in 11th and 12th standard you have to stop seeing the angles in terms of degree and you have to start seeing the angles in terms of radian. So this is the important concept. You must know how to convert a radian degree into radian and radian into degree. So in the next video we'll see two more important concept based on this chapter. Okay.